¿Qué pasa, mis amigos? Este D-Max at eXp Realty, aka the trading agent, trying to do the intro in Espanol. Hopefully, you're having a good day. Again, as we talked about, if you've not watched the videos about how to preserve your sanity and brain function before the FOMC, meaning, do we really expect the markets to do much of anything other than chop around until then? That's a strong probably not. So if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, please reach out. If you have a comment, I'd love to go over it. If not, I will just talk. And when I say talk, I will just talk about what I think, see, feel, hear, taste. Yeah, let's take a sip of drink. So, well, as we know, if you've checked out the Back to Basics series, the first 2 days before the FOMC meeting, that's interesting. I need to edit that. Silly. You know for a fact that it's very simple. How to trade the markets the Monday and Tuesday preceding the FOMC stop yelling. That voice is gross. Sorry, no, just kidding. It's going to be choppy. Sloppy choppy. Again, today you got some semis up, some semis down, some tech up, some tech down. SPY up, Q's up. IWM barely up, bonds down, dollar up, VIX up. Again, chop, chop. Do you think anyone in their right mind is going to go out of their way and make a big trade before the FOMC? Now, again, you have CPI tomorrow, which could be a nice little move. But if you are not really sure what to do, I would wait for such. Check out thetradingagent.com. Website issues, you guys know the person putting them together just bailed on me. So 20 days of minuscule work done. It's okay, but the old site's still live, but rather frustrating. Yeah, interactive brokers. You know the deal. You get $1,000 potentially up in the shares, which have been doing pretty well, and get you 5.4% from markets. Again, have any questions, use the Calendly link. Where is that Calendly link? It's somewhere in here. You know what to do. You can find me. I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding. Oh, it's on another page, whatever. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you have real estate questions, please do not be scared. Don't be scared. Yeah, a lot going on, y'all. As you guys know, a lot going on. Let's talk about what it... This is funny. You have misgendered yourself. Sorry, oops. Anyway, Wells Fargo, mortgage pricing, of course they were crap. Crypto talk takedown, of course. Default rate on credit card loans from small lenders. Of course, this is getting scary, y'all. And this is what I don't know how to put into words. That the market can be irrational before it does what it wants. I mean, another REIT, Chapter 11. Chinese property, collapse. They've got out of far, but now going forward, all debt is not going to be cheap again. I could go into this for hours. People are like, you're a perma bear. No. If you've been following at all, which is hilarious. Like, look at these folks just nonstop. Oh, sorry. This Xavier guy, this Evan guy. You're doom and gloom always. No. We've said this has been a trader's market for the year. Up, down, up, down. Now, I will never disagree with the fact that I can be wrong. Like, we've never acknowledged, said something like, oh, we're not wrong. We talked about the action. We talked about shorting at certain places. We have talked about all year long how to have a thought, pivot, right? Makes sense? We've talked about that, and it's hard. It's hard. Now the market's breaking out. You want to go long? Go right ahead. Pride before the fucking fall. Excuse my language. And the people who, again, Evan's just one example. I get dozens of these folks going, you've been a permanent bear. Well, again, I was a perma bear in 2007 to 2009, but I also realized the market didn't dump until it dumped. The data, again, the market, the Feds, whatever you want to talk about, it's not always easy. The market rises 75% of the time. Decisions off a market crash 50. Exactly, that's my point. The market hasn't had a real bear market in 15 years. And folks don't see the bigger picture. Okay. Again, I don't know when it flips. And if it doesn't, I'll admit to it and I'll go long, but I don't need to go long at the new highs right now. Hell no. I'm not going to jump on that. I'm not going to chase that grenade. I don't know how to explain this to people. You have your thesis and you're going to be wrong. We're all making hypothesis. Okay? So if you want to like jump on my back and say like, oh, you're an idiot, you've been a perma bear. No, I just see the biggest upside potentially is shorting, not going long up here. We talked about it. How many times did we talk about short, short, short? Okay, look at it, short, oh, wrong. Okay, be careful, be careful. Do we have to go highs? I don't know. Define your risk, define your risk, define your risk, define your risk, define your risk. If you can't do that, then that's your problem. But we talked about trading, chopping. Oh, it's a bull market. Okay, whatever you say, compadres. Oh, it's the most priced in recession ever. Well, what if the reality is, in my opinion, this is not going to be some easy recession. Look at housing pricing, commercial real estate. Look at everything that's happening. The market is not used to higher interest rates. They got to do what? Do you want to get rid of deflation or do you want higher inflation? If you want higher inflation, go QE. Try to spurn on the economy right now and see what happens. Or they really want to get prices down. They really want affordability to come down. They really want people to buy bonds. They want the dollar to be strong, ultimately. Get some fiscal responsibility, do the right thing. And even if they don't, banks are going to fail. They're holding on to this shit paper. What is the mark-to-market value of a 30-year treasury, 20-year treasury, 10-year, that has an interest rate of 1.5 to 2.5%? Zero. You couldn't sell that to the guy on the corner unless you want to give it to him for free. Ain't nobody want that. Ain't nobody need that, want that. So banks are sitting on a whole host of crap. We'll see what happens. This is what's hard. Traps. If you think trading is always going to be easy and that you have a hypothesis, your goal is to be right in probabilities. It's not to sit here and go, well, I'm always going to be right. Well, what kind of idiot would I be to go long up here? And again, it doesn't mean I have to stay short, right? I've stopped out of positions. Okay, it happens. But to go long up here, other than maybe a scalp, would be absolutely stupid. Just like it'd be absolutely stupid to get caught up in the headlines and go, the world's ending, or whatever you want to say it, at the lows and short. Well, you're not evidence-based. Get out of here. Evidence-based. Why did bonds rip off the lows? Because everything's great? Okay, we'll see. Again, like I wouldn't be surprised too if bonds get crushed as well, and the market does, because it's been one of those things they both can move in the same direction. So if bonds peaked, interesting. Dollar bottomed. Why is the dollar ripping? I don't know. We'll see. Talked about volatility in the dollar. It's back. Not this nice, smooth up and down, up. Now we're getting down and up. Something's going on. Economy's slowing, but also we're not the worst turd in the toilet. That's why we're rising. The VIX. You really want to go long the market with the VIX at 12 and tell me that I'm crazy for thinking of shorting here? Okay. Fine, that's fine. I mean, when's it going to turn? I don't know. We've talked about the VIX bottoming. But Dan, you have just tunnel vision. You're a perma bear. No, I'm just looking at the probabilities in the risk versus reward. Again, if you're long from the bottom, that's not the point. It's what would you do today? What would you do today? Have that mindset. Because the best traders that I know, that I learned from, would look at the SPY and go, I don't know if you'd want to go long here. Oh, but it's a breakout? Well, again, when you zoom out, is it really a breakout? No. We're not making new highs. Keep an eye on it, because it could be a trap. I've seen this 1,000 times where the market into big news, big whatever, cojones, like everybody's like, oh, bears are dead. Bulls are now hitting me up 12 times a day saying I'm the biggest idiot. I usually see that at inflection points. At the lows. The world's going to end, Dan. You can't take your shorts off. Don't put your pants back on. Okay. Oh, be careful shorting out here. We talked about like the risk reward. We're getting into the VAP zones. We talked about it. The VAP zones seem to have been support. I don't know. It's not a perfect science. That's the thing too. You want fucking certainty. Don't trade. QQQ back top of the range. Okay, see what happens here. Remember, we talked about what? This looks like 1973. Oh no, Dan! You got to. Okay, bud. 1973, fall, winter, 19. Then Puka Pow. The most advertised recession ever in 1973. I heard that too. Again, I just telling you what I heard. IWM, lagging or leading? You tell me. You tell me. Looks like a big choppy sloppy mess. Dia, whatever, doesn't even matter. Gold. Liquidity on, game on, right? Inflation, everything's great. Why are people selling gold? Deflation. Maybe, I don't know. We talked about flush the toilet. What other hedge funds blew up this weekend? Let's be surprised. Like, again, if we talk about highs and lows, you're going to see big institutions blow up. I mean, Jim Paulson blew up his short fund at the highs. Everyone's like, I got to get long gold. I'm like, I don't know if I would do that. The Feds haven't pivoted yet. They clearly are not going to pivot. Well, let's talk about silver, because silver should be at 20. Oh. Well, that looks pretty damn ugly. Well, the GDX should be up near the high. Oh, no, that doesn't confirm it either. Okay. Well, let's talk about oil, because oil is a global growth indicator, right? That's doing what? Oh, okay. Natural gas, right? That's a nice little, everyone needs natural gas. Oh, okay. Well, What next, huh? Oh, solar, right? Let's get into solar. Solar, that's a good sign of government spending and growth. Oh, okay. Well, that's a problem. But Dan, go long. Okay. Well, let's look at the Magnificent Seven. How do they look? Okay, Apple's retesting. Amazon's retesting. Chopping. Guggenheim, definitely not holding up well. There's one for the Bears. Meta. Chopping around, not making new highs. Microsoft, blow off. Under 20 day. That's one for the Bears. Obviously, Netflix, we talked about 480 level. Check that out. Uh-oh. Look at that wick today. Nuh-uh. Trap. Tesla. Oh, this would be at 400. Nope. That's done. NVIDIA, right? Come on, NVIDIA. Taking out new high. No. So now you're seeing divergences in the leaders. And the trash is floating last. And semis are holding up. Some of them, again, AMD had some information. Again, do you want to chase that? Okay. We talked about Doji here. You needed to see follow through. Okay. Trading at what's AMD's PE? 1,348. That's cheap. You should buy that future earnings. If you came onto Shark Tank shopping your chips, your chocolate chips, I bet Kevin Leary might blow up out of his seat internally. His brain could combust on TV if he asked what you're asking for. 1,037 multiple? This is hard. I mean, here you go. Starbucks. Man. Okay, it's due for a bounce. Let it do what it's going to do. Right? Banks. Everything's fine. Okay, we'll see. Back at the highs. Do you believe it? But if you zoom out, is it really back at the highs, or is it just a game? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine near term. Again, this is hard. This is where we talk about the probability. Again, swing trading versus day trading. Day trader mindset, right immediately. Swing trading, define your risk, look at your levels, be patient. People can't do that. That's fine. And again, if you want to troll me, bring it. Post more. I feed off of it. Give me more. It's like, what is that? Star Wars Dark Side. Feed more meme. What is it? Let me see if I can find it. It's where, what's his name? It's this guy, right? What's his name? Palpatine, whatever, homie bro. He's like, feed off your negativity. Yeah, send it to me. I don't care. Send it. I don't care. Because at the highs and the lows, you guys are the loudest idiots possible, claiming that you can't be wrong. And as someone who's had pride before the fall dozens of times and making mistakes, as soon as you believe in certainty, you're certainly probably going to lose. Like, that's my favorite saying. Yes, this is me with my hands open. Come on, bring it. I don't care. And if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong. But when I get like dozens of these like stupid comments, I'm like, okay, cool. We must be at the high. We must be there. We must be there. Any thoughts, questions, concerns? Now, if it doesn't turn over today, Dan, you were wrong. Okay, well, again, I don't know how many times I have to say this. You're not going to be nailed the tops and bottoms in swing trading with perfection. It's just not how it works. And there's going to be traps, and those traps blow up. They blow beyond below where you think the price can go to reverse. Dan, what are you talking about? I love, I got this fun voice today. What are you talking about? And it's like, well, do you guys remember this? Right? Remember that candle? Remember that little candle? Right? Tops and bottoms, not always easy. Remember that like near term? Broke and then comes right back. Right? Comes right back. Comes right back. Oh, trap flop. Right? Novice gap. Fail. Multiple days. Long wick 200 day. Novice gap trap. Big green. Retest. Oh, looks like it's going. I mean, I remember that in December. Woo! All is good. All is well on the front. Kapow. Get my point. There's going to be traps in games. Don't they want to pull you in bullish? Don't they want to take every short and squeeze their little leftover brains? At the lows, don't they want you more scared than possibly fear? Like, it's the end. It's always the end of the world at the highs and the lows. Right? I got a lot of flack for saying be careful with Bitcoin. Oh, but Dan, it went to 44,000. That it did. Gives up 10%. Okay. Again, like, I don't know how. Again, I will not claim to be the. I've read so much stuff, different in opinions. Like, it's crazy. Like, people either believe Bitcoin is the future, or people are like, it is the worst technology out there and it's going to get replaced at some point. What camp are you in? Leave a comment below. I don't have one. I'm sticking to the good old trusty gold and silver coins. Like, those are my long-term hiding assets. Not hiding, but you know what I mean? Like, that's my oh shit asset. Gold has a good history. 5,000 years. Let's go to the trading chart. 5,000 years. Let's go to the decade candles. No, you know what I mean, though. So, I mean, let's just go through the gambit of trades potentially out there. We talked about the XOP. Said it on the weekend recap. There's a buyout this weekend. Okay, could have tested 200 day. Okay. Isn't that one of our favorite setups? Break below, bounce back, and then fail. Remember that with, what was it, Goldman? Wasn't it Goldman? Yeah, looks like it breaks it, bounce. Yep. Like, fill that gap, you little sucker. I mean, Cat looking at it like, all right, took a few points and then was like, you know what, I don't trust this market. Take the 100. Costco, glad I stopped out. Look at this thing, just makes no sense. Novice gap trap. Okay, FedEx. Is this going to break out or fake out? Keep an eye on it. Financials we've shown you. Showing you the financials. We talked about how the leaders are lagging, but now the trash is floating. Do you trust it? Carry. Get out of here. Short banks, small banks, they're the big one. Airbnb said, watch this thing this weekend. Coming into this 140s. Oh, you like it, eh? Housing. Get the fudge out of here. I mean, you want to buy housing stocks? Go right ahead, my friend. You go right ahead. How's Wells Fargo today? Yeah, it's like fills the gap, chopping around. CCJ. I mean, I'm just looking at some of these names. It's been holding up, but it's starting to give it back. Watch the 20. We talked about ag names. Like, people got to eat. Let it come down. What else is there to really say? I mean, you got to give it. Here's intellectual property. Is this a retest? Gift. Keep an eye on it. NVIDIA. Talked about the 475. Man, or sorry, not the 470s 20-day. Micron again. They're all rallying on Avago / Broadcom, right? Let's pull that up. Come on. Okay. Who's buying at the highs? Retail. But Dan, it's the future. Chips are the. All right, I've heard that always. Like, again, at the peak in tech, they're always the future. This could be an interesting fake out, breakout. Wow. Talk about trap. Keep an eye on that. Like, again, watch them. Like, again, that either gives it all up or it has a multi-day range high. I mean, it's just again repeating patterns. Any questions, thought, concerns? I mean, again, I don't know how to explain this to people, and this is like, and maybe they can understand better what I'm saying. Like, think about when you're at the lows and things are just there. They're just there, but you're like, could they go a little lower? Can they trap? Can they play out? Will it take a couple days? Will they retest? It's no different. Like, if I flip this chart upside down, you might go, wow, that looks like the breakout low. Trap. Right? Here you go. Imagine that's an old important trend line at some point. Yeah, here you go. It broke below it, then that was a trap. Markets love to do this shit. I wish I could tell you, like, bring a ruler and let's just wait for this day at this time at 12. Show up here at 1. Show up at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get your full answer. Oh. So. I mean, yeah, they don't like to make tops and bottoms easy, right? If the goal is to take the most out of money from the most amount of people, is it going to be easy? No, not always. Sometimes it is. That's what's kind of sneaky about it. Sometimes it can be very obvious, and then sometimes it's not. But then people get mad. And again, they interject this feeling of self-worth and value. And this is what I know, like, at the highs, like, I'm smart. I've been long. You are now believing your own shit. And it's no different when you're at the lows and you're shorting or whatever. Or you're trying to pick a bottom and you're either right or you're wrong. Like, you got to be careful of the ego. You just got to. Like, you're defining your self-worth. And if you're trolling me, that means you have to go out of your way to leave a comment and go, you're an asshole or you're an idiot. What does that say about you? You have found self-worth by validating my argument against me, essentially. Like, oh, you were wrong. Well, again, I'm going to be wrong. You're going to be wrong. Can I see your trading journal? Can I see where you've messed up? Of course. Like, come on. That's crazy. Because now you're defining your self-worth like I'm somehow the villain here. Worry about yourself, assholes. But they don't, and that's okay. Come on. Post. I need to hear it. I need to hear how wrong I am at the lows and the highs. Because that's what they like to say. But how about, I mean, again, I got so much flack for this. I remember, like, 2022, we're in this, like, this September, November, I'm like, guys, it's time to take profits. I was like, if you're short and you've been shorting, which we recommended, here, right? Talked about this novice gap trap game over end of the month. But then it's like, guys, this market's been getting crushed. Please take your profits. I don't know how low this is going to go. Man, I got absolutely bombed on by folks. Like, oh, it's the end of the world. You're right. I'm like, no, something doesn't seem right. Like, you guys are all validating how intelligent we are at the lows in an oversold position. Is this just a bear trap where you make a new low and you come back? And then it was. But they didn't make it easy. Remember when we talked about, oh, watch this stuff. Like, oh, the world's going to end, Dan. It's like, I don't know, man. I think we're going to get some more up in time. No. No, sorry, it's the 20-day. It's here. No, boom. Now I want to go long up here. Okay. Here's my little drawing. It was wrong. No, I'd rather be patient and go short because the risk reward is what? Better. My teachers, my mentors, if you miss a trade, you don't chase it. You wait for the flip. That's what swing traders do. All right, well, if it's ripping without me, sometimes you just let it go. And if you want to trade it, you can. Just define your risk. Either way, short or long. Simple stuff. But when I see the egos flaring out, and if you see mine, that's fine. Check me. You can check me. Again, I'm not going to sit here and go, well, I'm above it all. No. But then some people are like, you're being an idiot for saying it's short up here. And I'd be like, and you'd be like telling me I'm an idiot for telling you to cover some shorts and take some profits down here. Like, it's the same thing. Same thing. Again, I don't have, I mean, look at the historic volatility. You gotta be kidding me. Just being sucked out. Sucked out. I don't even remember that last time you had it this low. Oh. Well, there we go. That is the last time. As a bear, that gives me an uber boner with a tight stop. Excuse my language. Look what happened each time. Like, you had some little pullbacks that follow, right? So we'll see what happens down here. Money flow, not confirming. Interesting. Remember when it wasn't confirming up here, and then kapow, it was up. And well, I guess that was harder. Again, things that I look at occasionally, as you can see. I mean, I'd love, again, let's insert a study. Let's go look at the MACD. I'd just be curious to what this looks like, because I know people will be looking at it. Oh, the MACD's crossing. But here's again, like, it doesn't matter, as we've talked about. Get rid of that. I mean, see how it like crossed up here and it still didn't matter? That's why I always kind of laugh at MACD. Let's add, where's the RSI? Or the Bollinger Bands? Let's see where those are at. Oh, it's on the outside. Ugh. Again, I don't ever use these things. Built-in studies. What do you got? Oh, yeah, there's got to be some RSI in here. There you go. There you go. Let me edit it. This one? No. Whoa, diverging. And it's over 70. Oh my God, it's over 70. Below 20 or 30. People get all, oversold, overbought, right? The RSI is not confirming. I mean, I remember used to doing this stuff. You like draw the breakouts. It's like, you're a little late there, boss. But it did break out. But then it's overbought. Doesn't necessarily mean it can't go higher, right? Just remember that. Again, this is why to me this stuff is crap. Just showing you where it's all at. If you want to use that stuff, it is showing issues. But telling me to go long here, telling me I'm wrong to think about shorting here, tell me more. Tell me why. It's like the Willy Wonka meme. Tell me more. Tell me why you're the smartest person in the world. Because again, if I was long here and I didn't say to myself and I didn't advise people and I didn't say in my brain, it's probably better to look at taking profit. Again, Justin Pulitzer, love that guy. He's a good poster on Twitter, Fin Guru. I'd consider him a Furu. He's saying the same thing. Take profits up here. Sunrise Trader, take profits up here. No, but the smartest guys in the room who are coming in to tell me, and everybody in the world, like, you got to stay. And it's probably like, and again, I told some folks, you might want to take a little profit on Bitcoin. No way. Jose. Julia himself. I love this guy's stuff. Any other? Nope. No notifications. Womp womp. So, going into the rest of the week, CPI tomorrow. Do I really want to do anything before that? No. If we gap down, do we rally into the Feds? Probably. If we gap up, do we hold up into the Feds? Potentially. Do I even really want to think about doing anything until Wednesday or even Thursday? Because Eric's here. He knows the Thursday after. Why do I want to put myself in a position to be confused when I can just second cheese it? And again, if I'm a little late on the down, great. If it traps up, perfect. Even better. Oh, but what about the Santa Claus rally? Come on, guys. If this isn't a Santa Claus rally, I mean, this is literally one of the strongest moves you're ever going to see. 408, 450, do the math, 10, 12% in a month. I mean, that's a year. Right? Right, even these up moves in a bull market, they have like pullbacks. That was COVID, right? So then you get your pullback. Then you get your pull, and then you get your chop. And then you slowly grind up. Make sense? Yep, you got retail sales. You got Empire State Manufacturing, industrial production. You've got CPI, PPI. You got Treasury budget. You've got all sorts of fun stuff. You have Costco earnings Thursday. Lennar. As you said, retail sales. They're expected to come in weaker. But it's the most advertised recession in history that no one believes is going to happen. Yeah, heck, maybe even Friday. I mean, it is OPEX. It's triple witching OPEX. Thank you. I don't know why I keep forgetting it. It's so weird when it's on a 15th. Because I'm always like questioning, like, can't be. But then you think about it's like 3 weeks of December. And it includes like, even if there's only one day in a week of December, that's a week, which it was. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Again, if you want to talk junk and it makes you feel better, great. If you want to stay long, great. You want to think it's a bull market, great. It looks like 1973, 74. This is going to be a decade of potential purgatory, traders market, chips rotation out of, again, I think in time, commodities will absolutely lead in chips, like chips, tech, does what it always does. Big super cycles, big dumper cycles. Commodities, big super cycles, big dumper cycles, right? People don't remember what Microsoft used to literally be the joke of CNBC. Literally used to be the joke of CNBC when I used to watch it. Look at this amazing move. And then it went nowhere. And then it started a big move. But people want to buy it up here. Okay. Okie dokie. Super cycles happen. And then when again, it's like, you don't need a short Microsoft. Well, again, I mean, I would think you should up here. And we had some nice trades on it, got stopped out. Took profits, got stopped out. That was a good one, that one. And then, man, I kind of gave up on it and was like, did one, and I'm like, oh, nope. You have to remember, this is a battle inside your own head of interpreting the markets. I'm trying to give you the best play-by-play I can, but I can tell you for certain I will be wrong. You will be wrong. We have a hypothesis. This is a probability-based game. If you think you're looking for the Holy Grail, that is the problem. You're not searching inside for the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail of trading, do you want to know what it is? Does anyone have the guess what the Holy Grail of trading really is? Just curious if anyone watching and listening has a thought. Do you know what the real Holy Grail of trading is? Do you want to know? Do you know it? It's been found. It's inside of you. Do you know what it is? Some of y'all do, but do you really know what it is? What is the Holy Grail of trading? I'm going to sit here and just post that and let you think about it for a minute before I say it. Especially if we come back and listen to it. What do you think it is? What is the Holy Grail of trading? Do you know? Do you know? Take profits? Nope. That's part of it. What is the Holy Grail of trading? It's to be the best loser as possible. When you're wrong, you minimize your losses. That is how you become the holy grail of trading. Being able to recognize when you're wrong and define your risk and stick to your plan. Because there's going to be other wins. You're going to have an edge. You have an edge. But do you let profits get taken from you because you define your self-worth in your trading? Are you a performance-based trader or are you an ego-based trader? Because there's going to be times when you're wrong. And I'd say this if you're, and again, most of you guys know that we're right 4 out of 5 times. Sometimes we're not. And, you know, you have you'll have a losing streak, right? You'll have 1 or 2, maybe 3 losses in a row. That happens sometimes in a probability-based game, right? Pretend this is like your favorite football team or baseball team. At the end of the season, like their winning percentage is great, but there's going to be times where they lose a game or 2 in a row. That's part of trading. And if you can't accept that and you define your well-being being, I have to win, do you feel good about yourself? You're going to lose. I can't lose. Well, guess what? You can. I don't want to lose. Well, neither do I. But at some point, I have to say to myself, what's the best trade? What does the sage mind that shows up to trading say? It says, Dan, survive to live another day. You can be wrong. Yeah, you can be wrong. It's okay. Take a deep breath, right? And if you're right, run it. Manage the trade. The more you're up, the less you own. We've talked about this. Expect retest. Like, again, all the things that we talk about in trading. First drop usually gets bought. Watch the 20-day. I mean, there's a million of these paradigms and little things that make our performance-based trading. Like, I'm giving you the keys to when you're right. It's how to handle it when you're wrong. A lot of folks can't do it. They just cannot do it. They go, my self-worth, my hyperachieving, my type A personality, my beliefs are that I am only like trading when I'm winning. So I'm just going to hold trades and hope that they all turn into winners. Think about the insanity here that you, me, everybody experience at some point in trading. You're defining your self-worth in your trades. Now, I get frustrated with the market. Talked about that last week. I'm like, I'm down. I'm taking it. I'm taking off until FOMC, like meaning taking off trades. I just don't care. I have to recharge my battery. As a trader, my brain is mentally fried from this action because I know what's happening. It's chopping. And then it's like, do you think anything's really going to happen before the CPI Fed meeting? No. And then they break it out and I'm like, trap it. But imagine if I held on to my positions. I'd be even more mentally drained. Because again, I wouldn't have defined my risk. I wouldn't have stuck to my stops or my own thought processes. If I think I'm wrong, I want to get the fuck out. And it doesn't mean like I'm going to be wrong forever. But if I want better entries, I want to be patient. And patience pays off. Then I'll just come back. And if I'm late, that happens too. That's the risk you take by being patient. But I'll tell you with certainty in my mind that one of my performance measurements in my own head is patience. Defining my risk. If I don't feel something's right, I have a gut of 20-year plus experience. I sometimes don't know why, but if my gut is telling me something doesn't seem right, could be a nice trap because, again, we think CPI is probably going to come in lower than expected, right? Because inflation's coming. Look at oil, right? Look at all these indicators. Not indicators, but all these commodities coming down. Fast. Housing prices, right? Do they parade that headline? What happens with it? I don't know. It could be a gap down too. Or a trap. I mean, again, I don't know. But my battery drained trying to trade and stay short and going, man, it just seems like I'm fighting it right now. Because I don't think anybody I don't think the market's going to move until who speaks. Powell opens his fat mouth. It's probably not going to change until when? The CPI data is released, right? It's probably going to get stuck into OPEX, right? All those things are now happening. We said this last week. Just don't be surprised. Instead of staying frustrated, I cleared my head and just said, I don't care. The more it runs higher, the better. It's almost like we've talked about when things bottom. Like, again, if you've ever traded gold, you know how I love it. But I know what it does at lows. Right? Just pull the fucking rug out. Great. Even better. Because then the strength comes after it. Remember we talked about buying down here on that FOMC meeting? Right? Here you go. Trap. Gives it up. Oh, I think it was this one. Sorry. Here you go. Look at this blow off. Just run it out. Chop, chop. Or here you go. Blow out. Double bottom. Chop, top. I mean, this is the thing. It's like there's so many ways to do it. Chop, top, blow out. Right now, the market's forming chop, top with the potential for a blowout. We not agree? Yeah, I agree. Because the Feds haven't pivoted, Eric. I agree with you. Like, I'm looking at gold, but man, that silver gold miner action, hell no. No, 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 no. Could this be the trap? During OPEX, what happens? Part of the week you do one direction, the next part you do the other direction. Feels like up this part of the week and then what's coming. But then if it doesn't, someone's going to be like, you idiot. And it's like, no, I'm just following the probabilities. It's like, I don't know how else to explain it. If you can't see the market's probabilities, and sometimes you just do things because of the probabilities, because that's leading to evidence, and the evidence confirms the probabilities, and the probabilities confirm the evidence, what do? You got to act. Got to act. Man, anyone see all the coin insiders dumping? That's curious to see if it holds up here. Guess we didn't get to the bottom there. What is that price? 152. Close. All right. Any thoughts, questions, concerns? Again, I wish I could tell you trading was easy. In that fallacy that you have to trade all the time, be careful. The fallacy that you always will make money, best traders never lose, that's not true. The fallacy that somehow you're going to define your self-worth and value in trading, and that's the thing. I kind of find that I get frustrated when that happens at times in trades. No, it's not working. Okay, my emotions are giving me something here. They're giving me something. They're giving me a gift. And that gift is what? Awareness. Mindfulness. Manage your thoughts. If you can't do it to the point where you have to come at me and troll me, it says so much more about you than me. I can admit when I'm wrong, but I'm not going to go after people. I think I used to when I was naive about it. Was projecting insecurities or projecting my strength. I'm like, why would I attack anybody? No, don't care. Anything else going on in the twits? Yep. Okay. Right front, so economic fragment. I mean, I wouldn't. Again, never a bad time to waste a crisis, right? I kind of remember all that, actually. Remember how many people were talking about buying BABA? It's like, really? I mean, remember and I'll end it on this. You know how many times we're like, you don't hear everybody yelling buy at the bottom. Right? Everybody said BABA's a buy. I'm always slightly skeptical of calling bottoms, if everyone agrees on it, right? Like, how many times have, Eric, you're around, how many times have we seen gold? Like, the best time to buy gold is when it's getting absolutely slaughtered and everyone's like, Bitcoin's the future. Gold's a relic at the doorstop. The world's going to end. Don't buy the market. I mean, it's like this, right? Like, again, I don't know where Baba's bottom is, but I still see, like, every day. Yeah, 100%, right? Baba's cheap. Baba's cheap. Baba. Alibaba. Baba. It's cheap. Okay. I've seen these names get cheaper. And remember, it is a Chinese company. It is a Chinese company. Ooh. And companies that go below their IPO price scare me. Now people say, well, this one got back over it. Well, Facebook did too, but then there's been a lot. Like, you look at, again, this is just, is it RIBN? Rivian. Like, that's not coming back. Coin. Right? That's not coming back. For more than likely, right? I mean, you tell me what's another other IPO lately? Not even lately, last couple of years. Oh. ARK. That's not coming back. I'm trying to find something that IPO'd. I can't remember. I'm drawing blanks. What's the name in the last couple of years that IPO'd and then just nothing? Not coming back. No, not Mara. I don't know. Why can't I think? My brain's not picking up on any. Point being, once you break below the IPO price shortly after you IPO, and the only ones that I've ever seen really come back, clearly Baba did at one point. Meta did this. Right? Remember that? Then it rallied back. That's not the norm. So I'm trying to remember what Tesla did, because I think if I remember correctly, when it IPO'd, it just went sideways forever. Yeah, because I remember buying this, telling people to put this in their portfolio and just hold on to it. I think it was in, like, I can't remember, it was like 2018 or 17. I don't know. It was like $20-$30 and just hold on to it. I think it'll be okay. That was one I was right about. But then we said, leave it alone. You're done. Snap. Oh, did Snap? That's another one, yeah. Did Snap ever get back above its IPO price? It went below it, yeah, and it came back, but now it's back at it. I don't know. Businesses are hard. I'm trying to remember some ones that just did not. Like, they IPO'd high, because I don't know if you consider 30. Again, Facebook, 32. Again, it's all about market cap. But I don't know. It's when they come out, like, trading, like, at crazy multiples. They don't usually come back. They've, like, priced in the future at the present moment when they IPO. Anyway. All right. Well, I'm going to run it. We're done. Have a great afternoon. See you in the live chat or the daily market recap. I'll do that soon. I appreciate all you guys. I'm about to go into the final. Okay. You guys be good. Good luck on your finals, Dem Diggs. Peace, boys.